Welcome to the Bamboo Project. If you don't already know, my name is Donovan Gray. I know a lot of people out there right now want to start Turo, and the most important thing when starting Turo is which car to choose to put on the app. A few weeks ago we made a video about how we found the best car to use in our market, and in that video I said if you want me to do your city, then you can either DM or comment your city and I'll make a video for you. I am going to show you how we chose our first car in our market. So shout out to all of our subscribers in Las Vegas, Nevada. This video is for Rand Travels. All right, so step one is to find out how much money you want to make in your city. So because I'm not from Las Vegas, Nevada, I don't know how much y'all make out there, so I'm going to use the median income of that city. In Las Vegas, the median income is $30,571. So I'm going to come back to my little spreadsheet here and put $30,571. So now that you see or know how much you want to make for the year, obviously you would divide it by 12 to figure out how much you have to make every month. Now step two is go back to the Turo website and you would put the date out into the future that's not near the time you're making or looking up your city. The reason why I do that is so that I can see the most cars in that area, because you're more likely to see somebody rent a car closer to when you're booking it. Today is December 3rd, so I wouldn't want to look around now because Christmas is coming up. People are probably booking it for Christmas. People are probably more so booking cars now as opposed to, let's say, March of next year or April of next year. So right now I have April 4th of next year. You would click up here where it says from, you would go to the next month until you hit April or whatever, you know, several months out, and then I just put 4 days here. Another thing too, you want to put more than 1 or 2 days because some people may have restrictions on their car. So if you put 1 day, they might have a 1 day restriction, so you can't see the car. Now step three is to decide where you want to list your car. Okay. Oh, that number's low for the first one. Tesla looks pretty good though. All right, so this is Las Vegas. This area doesn't seem that big. That's good. So I'm going to use all of this as Las Vegas. If I come in closer up here, any cars pop up a little bit. All right, so I think I can use all of Las Vegas. It seems pretty good. There aren't a lot of cars here in terms of, you know, like this area is not cars all around the screen, just centralized here. That's good. It's good for me to make the video. Okay, so now that we have done step two, we are still on step three. Now we have to figure out where you want to list your car. Now for whatever reason, everybody's car is listed somewhere in this area close to Spring Valley. Winchester looks like, what is that? Does that say Winchester? Yeah, Winchester. So everybody's car is in this area. Y'all probably know why. I don't. So I would like to rent my car. Personally, I would probably put my car over here, because there are cars over here, but it's not as saturated as this area here. Now, looking for a place, you want to either put it near a bus depot, an airport, which I see as airport is probably down here somewhere. So that's probably why all these cars are located in this area. Step four is write down how many cars there are of each brand. So what you want to do is you go to more filters, right? Then you would go down to where it says vehicle makes. You see what it says AM General here? So you would click that, and then it says no results. Okay, then you go to the next one. It says Acura, 10 results. So now you would go and write that down. All right, so I am done. Now I got a couple of things I want to say, because this is actually crazy. Like, this is the craziest. I thought last week when I did Denver, Colorado, I thought that was crazy. No, this is probably the most competitive market I think I've ever seen out of all the videos that I've done so far up to this point. I like to play a game. If y'all have seen this video before, then y'all know what the game is. I give you 15 seconds to choose what brands you think come in the top 3 spots. That means which brands do you think come up the most? 15 seconds, top 3, go. Okay, now before we even get into that, right, I just want y'all to know how many cars there are. Now, if this is your first time watching this video, on average, I normally see in a given city or so 400 cars, 800 cars, you know, 300 cars, something like that. Maybe 600, something like that. Maybe like 1,000. Nah, not really 1,000. Until last week when I had Denver, or whenever I did Denver, it was 1,000. right? Maybe I didn't post that video yet. So either way, it's 1,000 for that one. And that shocked me. I think it was 1,300. I was so shocked. I've never seen anything like that. I was like, 1,300? This is bonkers. 1,300 cars in one city? Oh my God, this is crazy. Until I got to Vegas, or whatever part of Vegas, Nevada this is. So before I get to what cars come in the top 3 spots, I'm going to say how many cars there are that came up. Okay. 2,461 cars came up. All right. 2,400 cars, and to be completely honest, it's 100% higher than that for 2 reasons. I'm only doing the top half of where it looks like Vegas is. When I go by like Google Maps, that's what it says. But also, I'm gonna explain afterwards why I know for a fact the second reason why there are more cars than what I just named. Okay, so coming in at number 3, okay, we have with 167 cars. Okay, you have the BMW. Now for reference, at this point up until now, I think the most cars I've ever seen was like 106 or 112, something like that, and that blew my mind. So right now, number 3 on this list is 167 cars for the BMW. Number 2 is the Ford with 198 cars. Okay, and here is why I said I know for a fact that there are way more cars than I currently can see. Because coming in at number 1 is a tie between the Chevrolet and the Toyota. Okay, now you might want to know what kind of tie that is. Well, that tie is 200 plus. That is the limit that Turo will even show you. They don't show you more than that. If there are more than 200 cars in general, it just says 200 plus. There are 200 plus Chevrolets by itself, and then there are also 200 Toyotas by itself. That's crazy. That's insane. That's crazy. Like I said, and I know right now DC is the worst market I've ever seen. Like, it's absolutely terrible because people are like lowering their prices. But I'm wondering how it's going to be out here. Like, is there so much demand that you can have this many cars, or are people buying the cars and then going like, okay, let me just, you know, buy with the car that guy bought down the street, and we're gonna charge the same price. Like, I don't know what the market's going to be when I look at these, go through the research. But this is crazy so far. And just a little more context to what I'm looking at too. I gave you the top 3. Some other numbers are here. The Dodge with 156, the Jeep with 159, the Mercedes-Benz with 166, and then the Tesla with 158, and then a Nissan with 144. Like, and then the Kia has 100, the Hyundai 102. Like, I normally don't read all the other ones, but they've never been this high before. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. So now that we have gone through that, the next thing I do before I get to the next step, one other trick you can do, you can either do it before you write down the numbers or write down the brands, or after you write down the brands. But okay, go to vehicle types, right? So you could put cars. There are going to be 200 plus cars, right? Unselect, do SUVs, 200 plus SUVs, okay? Minivans, 109 minivans. That lets you know there might be some room there for you to get a minivan, and then you have to just find out which brand minivans do the best in. Now, unselect, do trucks. There's 63 trucks. That's a good number. 63 trucks. Yes. And I see right here 235 trips. This might be what you have to go with. And then the last one is vans. There are 8 vans. So there's probably money somewhere between a minivan, a truck, and a van. The car and SUVs, though, is going to be very oversaturated. It's okay. Now unselect that, and we go on to step number 4. All right. So you see some numbers already populated here. Take home rate. That is how much money you have to make on each trip. Okay, $169. Now, to make that money, you have to charge this number here, $226. Now I'm going to show you how you get to that number. All right, so your daily rate would have to be any one of these numbers here. All right, 188, 199, 212, 226, or 283. That is how much you have to charge for your car. Now, the reason why there are multiple numbers is because Turo has a insurance plan, and that determines how much money you make off of each ride. You can either be on a 90%, 85%, 80%, 75%, 60%. How the plans work is this. That is how much you will get to keep out of the day rate for your car, and the higher up you are in that plan, the more money you keep. However, your deductible is high. So if you have the 90% plan and your car gets into an accident, your deductible is $2,500, and then they will cover whatever damages come after that. So that's the trade-off between making more money per month or per ride with your car. All right, so we know our goal is $2,500 a month. I have to bring home $169. So this tells me that depending on what plan I want, this is how much I have to charge for my one car. Now, I always say if you're starting a business with Turo, you obviously would not get one car. So I recommend like 5 or 4, depending on your market. It depends on how much you can charge. So right now, let's say we got 4 cars over here. Boom, we got 4 cars. That's pretty good. So you have 4 cars. So that means you have to charge $57 a month for your car if you're on a 75% plan. Now, another thing too I didn't talk about is this. Once you figure out how much you want to make per month for your car, which is right here, $2,500, your take-home rate, you would divide your monthly amount by 15. That's 15 days out the month. Why? I like to be conservative and say the car we rented at least 15 days out of the month, right? Average 15 is in the middle. So you would divide that number you want to make per month across 2 weeks, 15 days, and that's how you get the $169.84. And then to get to the daily rate, you would then divide your take-home rate, the money you have you to make per day. You divide it by whatever percent plan you want to be on. So right now what you see is 75% plan. Okay, boom. So that is step number 5. Before we get to step number 6, we have to choose which car or which brand from the list that we think is a good brand. As you can tell, anything at the top is oversaturated for me. I would never choose that. So I'm not choosing a Chevy. I'm not getting a BMW. I'm not getting a Dodge. I'm not getting a Ford. None of those cars I'm getting, right? So now what I'm looking at is, right now I'm looking at between 20 and probably 60 is what I would look at. 20 and 60. So if I'm going between 20 and 60, let's see what cars we have here. All right, so honestly, I think I have too many. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 brands that I'll have to go through. I think I'm gonna make my thing smaller. 20 to 60 is kind of high, so I'll do 20 to 40. That's what I'm gonna do. So that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars. Still a lot, honestly. So I'm gonna go around a little smaller too. I think that's still 7 is a lot. I'm gonna do 25 to 40. All right, so now I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that seems I could do 4. Okay. And before I go to the next step, one thing I want to mention is just because you are not choosing the cars in the middle, you can make money with cars that are in the 8 to 3, 5 range, right? However, it's just less likely. So if you go and look at those cars, and let's say I'm looking at the Lincoln right here, there's 5 of them, and you find out that, oh snap, there's 5 Lincolns, but every single Lincoln has 25 trips and they are charging $200 a day for the car. You would get that car, right? So that's just another thing you can look at when you're going through the list if you want to just peek in, and we'll do one of those towards the end of the video. All right, so now that we have done that, we are going on to step number 6. So we know right here we have to make $57 a day. We're going to start with the Chrysler and see how we can make $57 a day with the Chrysler. Go to price, put price to, in this case, $55, and then we're going to do the Chrysler. Go to more filters, vehicle makes, scroll down, Chrysler. Okay, 32 Chryslers that are charging $55 or plus or more, somewhere in that range, right? So first thing I like to see, I think is great. Old cars are making money. I love to see that. That means you can save money when you buy a car. There's a Chrysler 300 right here with 174 trips from 2015. Amazing. Amazing. I'm gonna come back and do a little bit more research on that one to see exactly how that looks, but it's so far from the outside looking in, it looks good. 16, 30, 11, 11, 31. Okay, 78 trips, 47 trips, 23 trips. So scrolling through this list, honestly, it's so crazy. The most common cars that I see are the Chrysler 300 and the Pacifica, or the Town and Country minivan. So now I have to choose which one do I think I would go with. You can actually choose either one, but let's see, doing some more research. Honestly, this is kind of tough to choose, to be honest with you. They're both pretty even. They both get bookings and they both charge a good amount, pretty much close to each other. I prefer cars that people are not going to drive fast in, so I would always go with a minivan if these were this close. Okay, I'm going to do a couple and see. So now this step is researching each listing. So we're going to go to this one. This is a 2008 car. Their last review, Varick has 1,200 trips. He is a power host, which is 1,000 trips or more. Okay, November 21st, September 25th. Okay, see? So this one is old, not a lot of reviews recently, so I'm gonna just pass on that one. All right, 174. Another power host, bro. Surge just has 4,300 trips. Oh my god, how is it? That's crazy. How many cars does he have? All right, so he has 50 cars. It's not the most I've seen. One person I've seen that has the most is in Jersey, in my market. Surge has 50 cars with 4,300 trips, but that's crazy because the guy I know has 88 cars with similar amount of trips. Maybe like a couple hundred more, but that's more recent. He had like 4,400 like 2 months ago. But yeah, so 50 cars for this guy. He is probably making a boatload of money, like a boatload of money. There haven't been any recent reviews on this car, and this is what, the Chrysler 300 2015. Another person with 1,000 trips. Oh my god, this is obviously Las Vegas. That's what I'm saying, competitive as hell. Money wise, I think it's better. You're gonna make more money with the minivan for sure. So I think the minivan makes more money, but there seem to be quite a bit of those. He has 880 trips. What is happening in Las Vegas? Holy cow. Yes, all right. So from the Chrysler, I'm picking a minivan. Get you a newer one. Let me write that down. Another person with 1,000 trips. Lord have mercy. He joined last year. He has 1,435 trips. This is crazy. I would never do. I guess everybody's getting bookings, so I can't even be like, can I say it's oversaturated? It's obviously a demand. You just saw 5 different people that have thousands of trips. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's just Vegas, so everybody coming here, getting cars, driving around, so on and so forth. So yeah, I know what car I would get. I would get one of the minivans. Next, we have the Infiniti with 33 cars. Oh, one other thing too. I put this down to 0. Let's see. The reason why I put it lower sometimes, because you might want to see what cars aren't getting 55. So see, what I just popped up here, a Chrysler 300 that's not charging that number that we want. So that lets me know, see, I'm going with the minivan. That's going to be what I go with. Seeing other cars that are charging less than yours lets you know, okay, maybe the person I'm looking at as a reference does very well, something different, and that's why people are booking his car. So overall, I look at it and see the minivan is a better pick for me. Now we're going to the Infiniti. 33 Infinitis. All right. Let's see what we got here. Kind of cheap. Kind of cheap. Kind of cheap. Is it not that? I don't like what I'm seeing here. I don't like it at all. Not at all. Well, I do see some promise. I do see some promise. I do see a little bit of promise. Bro, you're bugging with your price for this 2020 car. This should be more than this. But okay, I see some promise here. I see promise. I'll do an Infiniti QX80 is what I would do. We're going to see how many bookings they give. Another power host. Let's see. Nope, just 518. How he joined this year and has 518 trips. That's insane. How many cars does he have? They must be giving cars away in Vegas. Somebody must have bought somebody's course and just start doing this. 15, 16 cars, and this man got 500 trips already? Yeah, he has 6 Infinitis. That obviously means they're making money. So I'm going with the Infiniti. All right, next on the list is the Land Rover. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. This is good. Old cars making money. That's good. Yo, this is crazy. How is there so many people paying for cars? Like, what's the population of Nevada, like, or Las Vegas? This is crazy. Like, how do they have so many? Maybe Turo launched in Las Vegas first, and that's why. Because this is crazy. Oh my god, 249 a day. Let me see this. Look into this one. 738 trips and joined in January. Let me just give an estimate, right? Let's just say this person has 738 trips. Let's say they make what? What do you think they make on every trip? $100? I think they're gonna make at least $200 every trip. That's $147,000. All right, let's do 100. Let's do 100. 738 trips times $100 a trip. That's $73,000 they would have made right now. Listen, let's see what other cars they have. Another thing too, let's see if they are getting bookings recently. November 3rd. All right, they weren't. It's okay. It's all right. One trick to look at too when you're going through here, you can go back to the months that's closer to now and look to see, okay, are they capping? See, up here it says 249. But if you go to December, 199, 199, 219, it price change a little bit, right? You see that? Okay. So now you got 259, 259, 229. All right, so they're still relatively close to what he's charging there. But oh my god, how many cars does this person have? He has 5 stars with 738 trips. Why am I not out here in Vegas? I can't. It's so crazy because there's so many cars. Like, do I come to Vegas? What? Oh, is that what's happening out here? Are these dealers that are doing this? He has 26 cars. Okay, I'm wondering if there are some type of dealership stuff going on out here, because 738 trips is crazy. Yeah, I'm telling you, when I move, oh, it's going up crazy. Y'all gonna see me on here with 100 cars. Like, what? Why? Because I could do that. Honestly, I might do 10 cars in different cities, like 10 here, 10 there, 10 there, 10 there. Have 100 cars like that. So a Land Rover Sport, I would probably go with. Yep, I would get the Land Rover Sport or the Velar. So last we have the Porsche. Not a fan of these prices. Not a fan of these prices. They're kind of low. Yeah, if you're gonna get one, I would say get the Machan, the Mackinnon, the Machiavelli, whatever it's called. Get that one. That's what I see. They getting bookings and they are charging a good amount, so I'm gonna do that. Now we go to the last step number 7. Okay, so I like to go on Carvana to get my car. Now listen, there are very many ways to get cars, and as you could probably guess, everybody who has 50 cars did not buy them all on Carvana, so that's probably not what happened. They might have ran the play, which is when I believe you go get an approval for auto loan, and then you take that auto loan to every dealer you can find and get approved before they know you did that. So by the end of the month, they go, oh snap, he already has 56 cars. Well, he has to just pay for them now, and because you're making money on it, it's like, hey, you can pay for it. So that's probably what they did. So, you know, and no, it's not illegal to do it. People probably feel like it is. It's not. All right, so the first car we have up here is a Chrysler Pacifica. So 2017. Do you have any ones higher than that? Okay, boom. 2019 right here. It's let's go with that one. It's $600. This one's right here, $600 down. So we're looking at about $600 a month. So now we're gonna put in, we're making $600 a month. I mean per day. Whoa, that's not right. $600 is the car note. The insurance is $100. For this car, you're charging about what? Let's say, look, what I saw is about $90 or so for this car. All right, so the profit is not high, but you didn't spend a lot to get the car. So we're talking about $313 here, right? 75% plan if your car is booked 15 days. The top here is 15 days a month. This is 21 days a month, and this is 30 days a month if your car is booked out every single day. Now, this is how much you would make after you pay your insurance and you pay your car note. It's not including gas and if something happens to the car or getting it clean and things like that. So you can just kind of assume it's going to be a little bit lower than this, but it could be higher depending on how you finesse getting your car fixed. And let's say that you say to Turo, hey, my car is messed up, right? And then they pay you $1,000 to fix the car, but you're a handyman and you do it yourself for $200. You could pocket $800. I think this is a decent car for a first timer. I would say for a first timer in this saturated, crazy market in Vegas, a Pacifica makes you a couple $100 a month. You know, you're not gonna be rich off of it, but you know, you'll be all right. Now we're on to the next car, QX80. All right, QX80, $4,900 down. It's kind of high. We're talking about, oh, it's 2021 though, for $20,000 down. Ooh, that's a lot. There's a 2014 one that was charging $75. So let's say you get a newer one than that, but not brand new. I think I would go to 2017. Yeah, that's what I would get. This one right here, 2017 is what I would get, because the down payment is not high and the monthly payment is pretty low, and it's still, people are booking 2017s out here. Yeah, I think a 2017 you could probably do $95 to $100 for that. So it looks like it's not going to be a good deal for the numbers. Let's run it real quick and see what we have here. So we got $699 for this. Let's call that an even $700 for the car note, and then you charge about $95 a day. It's making less with this one than you are with the other one, but I mean, it can go higher. So let's say put it at 110, right? You know, do you want to get and spend all the extra money for this when you could make $100 more or less with the Chrysler Pacifica? I would not get this car. Just from these numbers here, I wouldn't. Next is the Land Rover Velar. I can already tell it's gonna be expensive as hell. Yeah, I think 150 is for the Land. That's what I said before. The Velar, I say 150 for this. All right, so let's see how much it is to buy this from Carvana. Ooh, kind of expensive. It's not too bad though. Get one right here, 2018 Velar, $7,800 down. I don't really like spending that much money to start. You know, everybody don't got that like that, but for the numbers, let's see what it looks like for people who do have it. So we got $800 a month, and you're doing $150 a day for your car. Now, this is a good car. You're making about $800 a month, close to profit. That's pretty good. And it's only if you book 15 days out the month. You booked 21 days, just made $1,500 off one car. And now you get 2 of these, doing 21 days a month. You just covered what you need to make for the whole year. $3,000 a month, right? Times 12 is what, 36K. You don't need to have to go to work in your area. Now, I don't really know if you know how the housing works out there, but you know, this will be equivalent to a regular job. The insurance is $100 because certain fleets insurances have it to be very low because they don't expect you to drive the car. They expect the car to be sitting there when you're not driving it. So that's why the insurance is at $100. All right, the next and I believe final car on the list is the Porsche Machiavelli, Mercedes, Slim Shady. This is not one of my favorite picks, but oh, it's cheaper. $738, 2016. Okay. Damn. Yeah, I would. Nope. I can already tell this one's not going to be it. Yeah, you can get 2017 or 2018. Let's say you're paying $800 a month for your car, charging $150. That's probably similar to the other one that we just saw. Yeah, look at this. 2018, $114 a day. So you're not even getting $150 for these. Yeah, so I wouldn't. You getting probably like $130 on a good day. Let's see if I click on this one. And who is this? Probably have 1,000 trips. 5,000 trips, Johnny. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 match genins, whatever they are. So those cars are probably doing well. All right, so if you're getting booked out 21 days a month, $1,100. If you, and again, depending on what plan you're on, you don't have to be on 75% plan. You could be on the 90% plan on one car, making $1,500 a month. Now here's the thing: your car get messed up after 2 months. You know, you might have wiped out that money, but all you're gonna do is hope it don't get messed up for 2 months. See, when you have like mad cars, you just put little ass descriptions like, book my car, it's nice. That's what you do. When you really got it like that, you just say, yeah, I have mad cars, choose one. Right? People like me, I got one car. I gotta write long descriptions about describing the car, why it's so nice, but you know, I feel, listen, when I get to this level, I can guarantee I'm about to be like, yeah, bro, trust me, the shit fired. Look at my reviews. I got 5,000 trips. So, and it's getting booked recently. So, my favorite picks right now would be I believe it was the Chrysler and the QX80. Those would be the ones that I like. You can see it's getting dark. I'm getting dark. You can't see, the lighting is gone. It's currently what, 5:18 here in New York, and it's time for me to head out. So, with that being said, Bamboo Project out.